So I'm a long-time owner of Cuisinart food processors, but my standard Cuisinart recently blew up. So I picked up this 11 cup Elemental food processor. And this is it's a new line, or at least it's new to me, and it's really different than the standard food processor. So I wanted to take a quick look at it. First off, just from the styling alone, you can see it's a lot different than the older style Cuisinarts, which had either stainless steel or a plastic body. Some of them were kind of old and beige, or new and kind of metallic. But now we see this sort of a metallic but not metal body. It's definitely a newer, more futuristic looking design, and we'll take a deeper dive into that right now. The first thing you'll notice, aside from the paint job, is that this thing is really light. It's probably half the weight of my previous 11 cup, and that one had a full metal body. It was like super heavy duty, but also shockingly heavy. This one is really quite light, surprisingly so. So I'm a little bit concerned about longevity, but haven't had any problems yet. You can see that this motor mount, the spinning piece, is now plastic, whereas all the stuff used to be either like a really dark plastic or metal. It used to also have a piece sticking up here that was plastic coated in metal, and that's gone. And then also now, the bottom has suction cups built in, which are very cool. And they're not really enough to stop it from being hard to lift, but it will stop it from sliding, which is very, very nice. The buttons have been changed. This is a rubber coating, and they're actually kind of a little bit hard to push. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but you still have your pulse, high, low. Some models it was on, off pulse, but high, low, off pulse. It's got an okay push. I feel like the buttons are still breaking in. As for more changes, this design of the plastic housing and all, that probably looks similar to how it used to, but it's been changed a fair bit. First of all, you can see it's no longer clear. It is smoked plastic, which is nice and kind of classy. The shape of this piece, it used to be round. Now it is, I guess that's a hexagon, but definitely somewhat different. This kind of pusher piece, and it's got a little bit of grip over here, which is kind of cool. And you'll notice that all the parts, they used to turn left on the models I've had. Now they all turn right, so it's been improved for right-handed users. You can see that pushes this way, and you can see it pushes very slowly and quietly because now there's a rubber seal, or like a gasket, around the whole outside. So now this is highly waterproof relative to how it was before. Sometimes like water would splash or oil would splash through. Now this seal goes all the way around it. Makes it a little hard to get this in and on and off, but it is really nicely sealed. Shape of the handle has changed a little bit. Just it has kind of a little angle there, no big deal. This is 11 cup. It's always had an 11 cup version, but just for size reference. Here's the blade, really changed from before. This is the standard chopping blade, aka the dough blade. You can see it is asymmetrical, and also it has this big housing that mine has never had before. And here's the piece that sticks up. It's a little bit hard to see because it's inside the cup there, but now it's this big plastic thing that sticks up and spins, as opposed to the post coming from the motor unit itself. And now the blade actually goes down there and it clips in. So if I were to spin it, not that you would ever do this, but you could see it's actually sort of locked in there. Supposedly this blade is better, more efficient, quieter, all that. I haven't noticed a huge difference, but anyway, there you go. Here is the auxiliary post that you use for the other blade types. And again, this also kind of locks in like that, but without the same exact feel. Another change is on this blade. This is the slicing blade. They call it technically the adjustable slicing blade. Now, there is an adjustment here. So if you go down here, you can turn it. And as you turn it, this blade moves up and down. So you can adjust the thickness of your slices. Very cool. But it, like so many other changes here, is cool, but it makes for more moving and more plastic parts. So it's very cool that this moves, but like my old Cuisinart lasted 10 plus years. Is this movable piece of plastic gonna last 10 plus years? Not quite so sure about that. Last part we're looking at is the shredding disc. It looks pretty standard, but the cool part about the shredding disc is it's now reversible. So here we have one shred size, and if you flip it, you have a different shred size. And I haven't quite figured out what the difference is. I think this size is just a little finer of a shred. You can see there's 6 shredding holes, and here there are 4. So it's like not a huge difference, but you know, I guess it's a 50% difference from one to the other. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Cuisinart Elemental series. This is the 11 cup version, but the differences are going to be pretty similar regardless of your size. The difference really is that this is the Elemental design as opposed to that standard one that so many of us have owned. Last note, just because Cuisinart calls it out special, is that this whole plastic piece and all the other parts that are plastic are fully BPA free, which is a really nice bonus. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks for watching.